My name is, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Vin. Currently, I'm working as data scientist in a mining company. So today I would like to bring out about AI-driven automation enhancing the workflow with NAN. So I'm not sure if you have heard about this before, or we have about several tools that we are having on the market. So what making me to bring this one? Because I have a project and I'm still on the way learning how to use it effectively. And I believe that it is not only for my personal use, but it's also for everyone for your daily work. So we will look into it in a second. Okay, so for today, I will read about the introduction, what is NAN, why AI-driven automation, how it's enhancing the workflow in your company if you have visited, or even when for the personal use, you should be able to get more efficiency on it. Some AI agents in NAN reward application and the future that we are expecting, how AI-driven automation that help us. And in the end, we have the conclusion and QA session. Okay, so for our process, we all know that. So as the picture is saying raw material, we have start processing, finish, and we have the final product. So this is a simple one for everyone to do a task. And how we define the AI automation. So AI automation is the use of artificial intelligence technology to automate the task and the process, often involving machine learning, natural language processing to handle the repetitive, rule-based, and data-intensive work with minimal human intervention. So that's the most important part. And it's aimed to streamline the workflow by enable the system to learn to adapt, making decisions and lead to increased efficiency and improve the outcome. So why is making the useful comparing to the normal automation? So let's say I used to work in a bank. Every single day I need to look at and I need to process for more than 100 to 200 paper. And it's always zero tolerance if you're making a mistake on the number. So it's very critical, and as a human, we sometimes we have the human mistake. We look at the wrong number, we type in the wrong thing, and it's become a very critical in some industry like in banking. And that's why when AI automation is coming in, many things has been improving. For example, if you put a paper into machine and you scan on that one, so it will help you to automate putting the number into the system and also making a warning if you have any wrong number or any amount is significantly higher or making no sense in that paper. So that's how AI interfere and helping you in the automation processing. And as you know, in banking, so we're using the AI to avoid fraud. For example, if they can detect how you use the money, where you are living, whenever you have abnormal transaction, it will stop it for you and giving it a warning. Okay, so moving to the next one. So what are the benefits that we have around them? So first one is boosting your productivity. Let's say if every single day I need to come to the company, I need to handle in 100, 200 paper and all stick it into that one, how much time is going to cost for me to do one thing over and over again? So with the supporting from the automation, the process will be a lot simpler. The next thing is improving decision making. So for decision making, it's also for a human, let's say for a manager, if you read one case of study, maybe it's just only one thing. However, if you have multiple things at the same time, so AI will help you to understand it a way more better comparing to the human just reading one by one. The next one will enhance the customer service, reducing the cost. So instead of hiring a lot of people to do the work all over the same, then we can use an AI automation. And we can promote the meaningful work, minimizing the downtime and minimizing the maintenance work as well. Okay, so this is one of the example on the marketing one. So This is how they use the AI content generation, and in some big company they are using that right now. Similarly, idea is Facebook. So they have AI content generation, and if you are in Asia and you have used Grab before, so Grab is a mobile application that when you can order in food, and many shop on that they don't have the image. So whenever I click on that one, they auto generate an image how it look like, and they said that it's being generated by AI and it's not the real one. Um, the next stage is AI data augmentation and management. So where you manage that, AI segmentation, personalization. So it will be based on your personal referencing. For example, if you are having a cat and you're searching for dog food and cat food, for example, then they will personalize the advertisement and bring it onto your screen to catch your intention and boosting the sale. So if moving to the next one, so they have multi-channel programs. So whether different aging and different area. The next one come into predictive scoring and sales guidance. So when you registering for the Facebook app, so usually they will show you the estimation, some efficiency when you before you purchasing the app. And the last one is AI insight and advanced analytics for you to analyze your sale and how it's going to impact that. Okay, now go to the important part for my presentation today. So what is NAN? NAN is an open source workflow automation that enables the user to connect the app and automate the task. So I will deep dive into that one in a second. We have some key feature in here. So the first thing is the visual. You can drag and drop, so it's pretty much easy. Like if you're using the canvas before, so the interface will be kind of similar idea, and it's very simple. The next one, over 400 iterations, so it can connect with various apps. For example, WhatsApp, you can connect with that one. You can connect with Facebook, Instagram, and other apps that providing the API to that. We have more than 400 right now. And you can also sell hosting. So this is very important because if you are using other ones, so hosting need to be based on them. You cannot self-host, so they cost a lot of money compared to this one. The last one will be AI integration. So working seamlessly with some AI model like LangChain and also OpenAI as well. So this one is a sample interface of the NAN one. So you can see from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. The left-hand side is an input. For example, this one is a chat model automation. So we have an input for when we're receiving a message in here. And in the middle, AI agents will contain three components inside. The first one is the chat model. You can use from OpenAI, you can use LangChain or another one. Even you can develop for yourself on that one if the company requiring more specific. In the middle, we have memories, and the last one will be the tools. So after they get from the input, they processing in AI agent, and then the next one will be the condition that you set. So for example, if I want to set a condition like gathering all the information about data science news every single day. So whenever it's matched with the case, for example, I set the percentage at 80%. So then if successfully, it will update on my end. If not, then it will go somewhere else. And at the same time, you can also creating another one. So this is another example from WhatsApp chatbot. So if you're using WhatsApp, so you will know that we have the chatbot, and this one is one of them. So they will trigger when you call in the bot in WhatsApp, and then using the model from Facebook. They have the memory to store that one, and they have the tools to processing the message that you're going to get. And the last one will be the output to the user. Okay, so why do we need AI-driven automation? So comparing to the traditional one, so manual process very time-consuming. As a human, we know we're tired. Sometimes we need some break. Sometimes we need to go around, drink a cup of water, and then we get back to work. Next one, human errors will lead to inefficiency. So sometimes we're making a mistake that we never want it to be happen. And even though we have multiple layers in the community to check in, but the problem can still be there. And the last one is scaling operation. So let's say we have one or two developer in the team, and one day you receive the funding from the government or from someone to scale the company. It's becoming something very hard for you to scale in, like having 100 people or more than 10 people at the same time, right? And the benefit is bringing from AI. So intelligence decision making. So it's optimizing the workflow for you, predictive analytics, and also the most important thing is the cost reduction. So you can save a lot of time and resourcing if you can automate the repetitive tasks. Okay. And now to the application of AI in enhancing the workflow. So the first thing is it visual the workflow builder, so you can see that it's just drag and drop. The second one is no code to low code approach. So if you don't know anything about the coding, you can still create the workflow with AI, and you can still implementation on that one. And you can, for example, you creating a chatbot with your customer or creating a chatbot using internal in the company. Another use case you can use is calling from API and using that chatbot to your Gmail to get the update and notification on what is your next calendar, how your days look like, and also interact with different teams. For example, you can interact with API weather to check in the weather outside before you go into have a meeting with the client. So in that case, you can flexible manage your time as well. Extensive integration now is connecting for more than 400 apps that widely used in the world, enhancing efficiency and productivity. So with AI, you can ask the question, they can query it for you. If you have faulty documentation and you need to done it in a day, then this one is definitely a way to go. So it will help you to shorten out what is the most important and how you use it. Scalability and flexibility. So you can share hosting on your end. For example, if you have a laptop, you can share hosting for 24/7 hours and it's working all the time. But if you are scaling and you need the infrastructure for a bigger company, then definitely they have a way to help you on it as well. So they sell in the different package from free hosting by yourself to a very cheap one for the startup or personal use to the advanced one for enterprise. Security and control. So you have full control when you do the self-hosting. And it's also very important because when you do self-hosting, you can control your data. Some of the data very strictly confidential and it's private for your company. So that's why using AI will be safer comparing to other things. You don't want to leak your data somewhere else. Um, AI power automation. So with the automation, you can use from different AI tools that integrate right now in AI agent part to help you to do the job that you really need to. And the next thing, real-time monitoring. So it depends on what you need. For example, chatbot is a real-time. So you can keep sending the message and you receive it at the same time. Or another showcase is the reporting. So you can connect with the app from, for example, from your company to the workflow, and you can see the number changing for every single minute in the real time. And the last one is diverse application. So I'm going to go to that part and we'll see what it can do. Okay. So AI comes in and so I just go briefly on this one because we don't have enough time to dig in so deeply on this. So AI agents are autonomous systems that process the data, make a decision, execute tasks within the workflow, and they enhance the automation by adapting dynamic input and optimizing the process. So how it works? So first thing, input processing. For example, you send in a message into the chatbot. It will analyze incoming data, whether user queries, API, or database. Decision making using the AI model determine the best course of action based on predefined logic or the learned pattern. So for example, if you're training an AI to optimize your database, So it will only learn that one and it will optimize based on what you need. Or if you have like company information and you want to create a chatbot for the company, so it's only taking the information from there. The next one, action execution. So it will interact with application, triggering the workflow and automate the response. And the last one, also the one that we are looking for, is learning and adaptation. So some agent will refine the behavior over time. For example, if you're talking to a chatbot in the last one, they only ask you to do the rating for them. So that's where they're learning the behavior over time. Okay, so next one on the real world application. So I will test some of the example in here. So for example, like AI-driven content generation. So we all know that Google already employed the latest one and it can making the video VO3. So it's making the video from the prompt that's really look like the real one. And it's really hard. Sometimes it's kind of hard to determine is it a real one or is it a fake video. And if you are a content generator, so AI will be something that really help you on that one. So it uses NAN to auto-treat on the blog spot and summarize response while you're using the AI. The next one of an example is automating sales reporting. So this one can connect from the API in your company, pulling from different departments, from sales team, marketing, accounting, and the gathering in one place and generate the summary for high-level management. And the third one, as I mentioned, so smart email automation. So this one can connect with Google Email, Google Drive. And whenever, for example, if your employee submit an attachment they put into the Google Drive, so this one will grab that one and send a notification to the person that who need to review that. And the last one, this one is an example for personal use. So intelligent expense tracking. So when you want to track your expense, how much money you use comparing to how much money you invest in different things. And then it can gather in a spreadsheet and you can see it also doing some analytics for you as well. Okay. So future of AI auto-driven. So we have autonomous AI agent that handling the complex workflow with minimal human oversight. So if you are a startup, if you are just want to for personal use, definitely you can go with this one. It's less complex. It's not requiring you to learn the coding, the language from front end, back end, and setting up the database, everything. So it's very simple right now with NAN. AI augmented. So smart automation will optimize the resource allocation and also cost saving. Hyper-personalization. So it depends on what you want to use it in your real life. So you can customize on the way that you want. You can choose from different models. You have 400 applications ready for you to put inside the workflow. Low code and no code automation. So if you are a non-technical user, you can freely to use it, just drag and drop. Um, and the last one, also the most important, ethical and governance. So prioritize the transparency and responsible for AI practice. So there are many cases recently they using the picture from somewhere on the internet and keep generating the content. So when using AI, we need to be aware of what data we put in inside the AI and where the data is coming from. Uh, and on this slide, it's just what we are thinking, what we are expecting in the next few years. It may not existing or it may on the way developing. So the first thing we are expecting that AI can predict and prevent the workflow bottleneck before it's happening. Like on the way when you are developing the workflow, it should be able to detect and telling you some suggestion how your workflow will have the problem in the future. Basically, we shift the outcome driven automation for the measurable results. So this is one of the hardest thing when you do the business because you don't know how to measure it correctly. So hopefully in the future automation can have something with that one. And AI workflow will replace the traditional automation tools. The next one, seamlessly integrate with human operation, improving collaboration. So that's the work case for using AI. And when they start beginning, so we put a question and they given the response that not related to your question, and you keep getting very angry when you keep typing, but they still not understand what you are asking for, or giving the response that bias completely from what you are thinking. And the last one, automation is not just about the efficiency, and we are hoping that it's unlocking the new possibilities. Okay, so to summarize, in my presentation today, so AI-driven automation with NAN will optimize the workflow, reduce the effort that people, and also enhance efficiency, cost saving. We hopefully that is continue evolving, handling more complex tasks with minimal human intervention. The future trends show that automation will be autonomous, accessible, and outcome-driven. Businesses need to adapt the AI-powered workflow for scalability and innovation. So let's start automating today and transform your workflow. Some resources that I'm using in my presentation, and thank you for listening.